In 2013, our search for Africa's brightest students led These Numbers Have Faces to one of the darkest corners of the world, a refugee camp in northern Rwanda called Gihembe. And somehow we had heard that a handful of Congolese kids in this refugee camp had actually aced Rwanda's national high school exam. So on our next trip out to Rwanda, we made a special trek to the Gihembe camp to try and find these students. This is the story of These Numbers Have Faces' first refugee scholars. But most of all, it's a story of hope.
My name is Jean-Paul Mugisha. I'm a refugee from Congo. I've spent the last 17 years in the Gihembe camp in Rwanda. When I was 3 years old, my family fled Congo and came here to Gihembe due to conflicts in my country. I am the oldest among the 7 children. I love engineering and figuring out how things work. My big vision is that one day I will bring electricity to my home village in Congo.
Jean-Paul began his education journey in a very humble, tiny, dirt primary school in a refugee camp. A place with no electricity, a place with no textbooks. He excelled there, working really diligently, but everybody was amazed when he went to take the Rwanda National High School exam.
To the surprise of everyone, Jean-Paul received perfect 100%.
When I got the 100%, no one could believe it, even me. But I worked hard, and I knew I can do that, and I did it.
Jean-Paul's score on the national exam qualified him for the Rwandan Presidential Scholarship.
A much sought after full-ride scholarship to an American university. It meant that instead of living in a small dirt hut in a refugee camp, he would have the opportunity to travel to the United States and come back with a virtual guarantee of a job that could lift him and his entire family out of poverty.
But as quickly as the joy came, it was gone.
When Jean-Paul was filling out the paperwork for the scholarship, he was informed that the scholarship was only awarded to Rwandan citizens, and as a Congolese refugee, he was ineligible.
I was so close to a scholarship in America. I was really sad and upset. So my next goal was attending the best university in Rwanda. I was admitted, but my parents could not afford to pay for that. I knew I should never give up. I have to wake up and keep my hope alive. I started volunteering at Hope School, teaching math and sciences.
After we met Jean-Paul and then had the stories of other refugees who studied hard, got amazing grades, but whose dreams was cut short due to their refugee status, we knew we had to do something.
With the help of our amazing supporters, last year we were able to offer 12 of Gihembe's brightest refugee students a chance to continue their journey and attend university in Rwanda.
When we heard the news that These Numbers Have Faces had selected 12 students, it was like the best day in my life ever. The whole camp was celebrating and we were really excited and happy.
And now, a year later, the original Gihembe scholars are thriving in university throughout Rwanda. We started with 12, but our vision is hundreds more. And we want to invite you to make this possible.
When we talk about These Numbers Have Faces, as students we say, the hope starts here. When you join These Numbers Have Faces, it opens up the world. I had the hope that one day I will change things and one day I will be a great person who will change the world.
To connect with African students and invest in Congolese refugees, please visit thesenumbers.org. Hope starts here, and it begins with you.